Hello, hello. Hi, everyone joining in. How's everyone's day going? It is Tuesday. It's only Tuesday? Oh, that's bullshit. Anyone else feel like it's still it's later on in the week? 24, 28, 26. Hello, everyone else who is joining. Just hopped on. I will wait for a decent amount more people. I'm going to do live readings today. As promised, I was on today. Again, trying to stick to the Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we'll see how it goes. I haven't been on for like 2 weeks due to kind of some family stuff. And also, my son's birthday just passed. He just turned 2. I've got to send these to my mods, actually. I always forget to do that. Gonna send it. How's everyone else's day going? How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Sorry, I didn't see anything because... Hi, Kayla. I was just sending the video out to a few people. How are you? I know last time you said you were going to send me an email and I didn't get an email. Oh, Kayla, you're too nice. Hi, Erin. How are you? Hi there. So I don't kind of choose who I end up speaking with. It's kind of whoever spirit leads me to. So I can't guarantee that you'll get something today. Story. Hi, Littlefoot. Oh, you guys remember that character Littlefoot? Well, it's Littlefoot, the dinosaur from Land Before Time. I loved those movies. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone shortly coming in. You guys are all coming in at once. That is fantastic. Hi, Diane. I don't answer questions, but I always say whatever question you are seeking, your loved ones will normally bring it up in your readings. You resent it. Okay, Kayla, cool. All right. I'm good, guys. I am, again, I just hopped on. I was like, it's only Tuesday. Anyone else having like a pretty slow week? I don't know. I just feel like it should be like Thursday right now. But otherwise, everything's good. I can't complain. All good vibes, right, guys? All high energy, good vibes. Good vibes only. I was June yesterday. We haven't even hit May yet, but honestly, the thoughts of summer approaching, my summer hours change. So like, I always get stressed. I have like 7 weeks throughout the summer to where like I work all day long and I don't get like that big break in the middle. So I start getting a little nervous as the summer starts to approach because it is a lot more stressful during the summer with my job. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. I love the fast-paced kind of a thing, but it is a little more stressful than what I'm doing right now. I'm sure you are, especially when it's hot. Oof. All right, guys, so without further ado, we have a decent amount of people on here today, which makes me so happy. Maybe things are starting to kick back up now that I switched to Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if you are new here, thanks for joining. If you want a reading, the only thing you really have to do is I ask if you guys are following me, just so if I'm connecting with you and we either lose connection or afterwards, I usually send you a message with a picture of your notes from your reading. It's easier if I have you already following me and then I go to message you, because if you're private, I won't be able to send that information to you. And honestly, I just need you to put the relationship of the person that you guys want to speak to in the comments. Don't give me any other details. I don't need their name. I don't need their age. I don't need to know anything besides just the relationship to you, just so that kind of just quickens the process of who I connect with, especially since I'm only on live for limited time anyway. That's why I don't do spirit led. It just takes too long. Whoever spirit draws me towards is who will get the reading, and then you will give the relationship of the person you want to speak with, so then we can kind of just do things a little quicker and I can make sure you get your messages. I don't time any of my readings. I just feel as though that's not fair to you or your loved one. Again, I'm just the messenger. They do all of the work and they orchestrate everything on the other side, and they definitely know that I talk a lot, so they will keep me going until they've got every last message, or I feel as though their energy is starting to pull away. Everyone's energy is different on the other side. Some spirits have very high energy and you can feel that, and then some are a little on the lower side, whether it's that they're a new spirit or maybe they were just kind of a lower energy here on earth as well. But again, just do the relationship with the person you want to speak to, whoever I'm drawn towards. I will either ask you to come up into the box, which usually helps because it, again, speeds things up a little better, and I feel as though it's more of a better connection, or it'll be in the comments if you really can't, like you're at work, you can't really talk, there's, too much background, that kind of a thing. I am just allowing spirit to kind of draw me towards someone right now as I'm kind of doing my run on here. Narrowed down to 2. I'm just seeing. Okay, Lizzie, looking to speak with Dad. Lizzie, are you okay if I add you on here? Yes, okay. Let me see. If I can't because there's too many people in here, then you could request it and then I can accept your request to come up. Yeah, I don't see your name, I think because there's a lot of people in here. So there's a button at the bottom. It has like a pink and blue people icon. And then when you click on it, hi Daisy, how are you? When you click on it, just hit request and then, oh, you're quick with it. Appreciate that. Just make sure I can hear you. Hi,
Hello.
Lizzie. I can hear you. Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Awesome. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. Have you ever had a reading done before?
I have a couple times.
A couple times. Okay. So you kind of know the gist of like how it happens. Just keep an open mind. Don't give me any extra details. You can confirm what I'm saying. That usually allows the energy to kind of make things a little quicker, having the validation so we know we're going in the right direction. Just don't give me any additional information. I like to just allow spirit to come through with what they want to come through, and that's kind of the details are important. Okay. So I'm just going to sit in silence for a little bit. I'm going to see if I can bring your dad forward. I'll write some things down. I'll bring those to you. If you feel like we're with dad, we will continue. If not, either we can go with the loved one that's coming through, or we can try again to try and get dad to come forward. Okay? Does that sound good?
Okay.
All right, bear with me, guys. And for everyone who is sending me questions or anything or saying anything in the chat, again, out of respect of my sitter and their loved one who is here with me, I kind of pay attention more to them in the reading. You can always send me a message if you have something that you feel like I'm not answering. I'm not ignoring you, I promise, okay? All right, let's see if we can get dad to come through. Okay. Has dad come through before for you?
Yeah, one time.
Okay. All right, cool. So then dad will know what to do here. All right, let's see. Do not mind the puppy in the background, guys. My brother-in-law has his puppy here. She will not stop yapping. Okay. Okay. Okay, So I do have a gentleman here. I do feel as though he passed before his time was up, and I do say that it means that they didn't pass at like an old age. It means that that's something that had caused them to pass earlier than you would expect someone who would just pass from like older gentleman, older age. I am being drawn towards the chest. This may pertain to his passing, or it may pertain to just any health problems he had in general. I do feel as though this might be heart related. I am getting a pain in my left shoulder. Sometimes this could be heart issues, heart attack. I do get like a palpitation when I feel his health as well, kind of like a jitteriness, and I just feel like I'm like amped up on all this caffeine, almost like my heart is racing so much. It just feels like I have to like
And
really go ahead.
what's weird is my mom is in here, and that's crazy.
So this would pertain to dad.
Yeah, and my
Okay.
mom just came in like your chat too. This never happened before.
You both are in at the same time.
Yeah, Mom, Joanna, it's me. But
He- yeah,
100%, you're right on.
Yeah, he's coming in really strong with this, and I feel as though he may not have been one who was really on top of his health, and for instance, like not one that'll sit there and constantly keep up with doctors and stuff like that. But I do feel as though there were some things, not really anything that would kind of cause for concern before things just kind of started going bad. I do feel as though there was possibly palpitations in his life leading up to this that may have like kind of been like, oh well, that was a little funny, or like my heart was racing. But like it just this overall like jitteriness and me just feeling really uncomfortable and uneasy in my chest. He does show me some other things too that don't have to do with his health. He did show me that he I don't know, he was showing me candy. So this usually pertains to someone who enjoyed candy, but more on like a sweet tooth kind of a side. He also showed me a clover as well. So I don't know if there was like an Irish background or if there's some significance with the clover, like with, like the symbolic of like luck, something like that. He also talked about how he kind of like kept a small circle in a sense to where he wasn't very open to people. It's almost like he was open to a select few. I feel as though it was kind of hard for him to talk about his emotions. And I feel as though a lot of that had to do with how he kind of grew up. He kind of had a little bit of rough times growing up, it seems as though. I don't know if this is home life or if this is like on a social. But I do feel as though he's talked about like there were times that he was very social, and usually that would be times like he was one of those people that wouldn't be very social until maybe he was like had a few drinks in kind of a thing and would get a little more social. But he kind of just comes through as like a very caring person, just a little bit kind of to themselves in that sense. He says he tried his best. I feel as though he really did try his best to, do what he could in life, whether that was like his job, whether that was being a father, those kinds of things. Can you take any of this other stuff too?
Yeah, so we have Irish background, and he was a very, very caring man, 100% his heart. So he did have AFib, so his heart would go in and out. And his passing was very unexpected. He was 74, but obviously still had time. And it was most likely heart related. We didn't get an autopsy, but because of all of that. And growing up, he did have a lot of, issues. He got in fights. He was like a little bad, but changed over time. And he 100% struggled with talking about his emotions to people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it just, I also feel as though he was he talks about being a very reactive person. So I feel as though there was a reason why he was constantly bottling things up and keeping things to himself, because he knew this about himself. He knew he was a little more on the reactive side, a little defensive side. And it was almost like he would go from 0 to 100. So if you saw that dad was mad, you knew, oh shit, like he's mad kind of a thing.
100%,
I feel as though he kind of talks about how like he was also kind of the what would you even call that? He would be like the trigger. So like it's almost as if growing up, I don't know, I don't know the dynamic with your parents, but it's almost as if like he would only get involved if he had to. It was kind of like he was like the last resort to pull the trigger, like, okay, like, all right, now I got to step in. Um, I do feel as though he's talking about a soft spot. So I don't know if you had like a soft spot for him as well. Um,
Yeah, he was like my best friend. He kind of was, he never judged me for stuff. Um, he only listened to me. Like when it was to go to the hospitals, he wouldn't listen to anybody except for me.
mhm.
So I was the
He-
only one he listened to.
Oh, yeah, and he really talks about how like even when you were supposed to be like, let's just say it for instance, like you were supposed to be in trouble, it was just like he had such a soft spot, like he couldn't yell at you. He just couldn't bring himself to do that. And I feel as though he talks about how he sees a lot of you in him, especially when it comes to like your feelings and like being a little more on the emotional side, defensive side of things. I feel as though in general he kind of just says like you were just like this little, like even looking at you would be like the sad puppy eyes, and it's just like he just couldn't break your heart. um and I feel as though he talks about like he tried his best, and I feel as though I don't know if just like in general, like he wanted so much out of life, he wanted so much for his family, and he did work as much as he possibly could to try and do those things. I feel as though there were some times that maybe he would have could have done more with certain things, and he says like, you know, maybe I could have done this or that to kind of change things, but it feels though for the most part he talks about how like he really tried his best with what he had. um what else is he bringing up right now? um he's talking about his health, and I feel as though not only was he reluctant to like go to doctors and such, I feel as though he's also talking about like did people get on him about like what he ate and like how he took care of himself that way. um it's almost as if he's talking about like he was into like snacks and like probably foods that aren't very good for you, and he kind of just had the mindset like like he didn't like being told what to do in that aspect. He kind of just wanted to do what he wanted to do. He was kind of someone that kind of like being left alone in that area, and it's just like I like what I like kind of a thing. It brings me comfort. Food, snacks, whatever it is would just bring him comfort. And in general, I don't feel as though that this really had anything to do with his health. I feel as though a lot of the things were just things that were going to happen to him anyway, but I feel as though I see these other people that are like, you know, trying to take care of him because they are caregivers around him. Would this make sense for him as well?
Yes, he had a habit of eating ice cream at night.
There's the sweet tooth.
Yeah, he loved his ice cream at night. So, and he would buy himself honey buns all the time.
Oh, that's so funny because when I wrote down, I said candy, sweets, and something in a wrapper. So I didn't know if that was the candy wrapper, but honey buns are in a wrapper, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought of honey buns in for so long. Now I want one. So did he also was he more of like a simple man? Like I feel as though he didn't really need much. I feel as though he's talking, I don't know if he's making fun of himself with this, but he's talking about how like he had things like clothes and shoes that he had for like years, and it was like it was still good for him. Like he didn't have to change or upgrade or do those things. Like it would be something that you would probably say, oh, why don't you give it away and get rid of it? And he's like, but it's still good, it's still fine.
Yes, he would not buy like anything new for himself. He had pants probably from so many years ago, shirts. Like my mom and I would have to buy him new clothes because he wouldn't.
And it doesn't go to say that he didn't spend money, because I feel as though he did spend money, but I don't think he spent money on the things he needed to spend money on.
Yeah, but he always fixed things. He never wanted to spend other money. You know, if it wasn't, if it was broke, he would
necessary.
fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did he also have? So he showed me that he worked with his hands, but did he actually have an actual specific hobby that caused him to work with hands that he enjoyed?
Basically they lived in the country, so it was kind of
so everything's on the hands. I feel as though he keeps showing me like outdoor things. Earlier I was shown like a fish do you know if he would fish? But this was before I even connected with anyone. This is when I was just kind of reading your guys' names, and a fish kind of came to my mind, like some like big fat flat fish. If you can't connect to it, it's totally fine. It's so
We
funny
used to go fishing when I was younger.
Okay. It may or may not be that. Don't try to fit into it if it doesn't make sense for you. Did he also wear like hats?
Yes.
Okay, because he's talked about his hats, and like his hats are just like, they're not in shape hats. Like they're hats that have like rips and pulls and like things are sticking out, and it was just like, you would not be sure if you want to touch that hat because you don't know if it's been cleaned or if it has anything on it or anything. It's just like, but it's there, but it's used, but it's almost as if like it fit him like a glove. And if he had like a new hat, he wouldn't know how it would feel on his head, because this like hats, like he liked when it fit on his head like a glove. It was kind of like the norm.
100%. Yes.
Does someone still have his clothing and his stuff?
Yeah, it's still where it was left. We haven't moved it or anything.
Okay. Now I feel as though he's showing me end of life, and he's showing me like emotions, which obviously, that's not what I mean. Usually when they show me this, it means that there was some thought put behind his end of life and like trying to do things that you would think that he would have wanted for himself. There's also thoughts about what to do afterwards to keep a memory for him. So I don't know if you have something in memory for his passing. I keep seeing a box. He keeps showing me a box, and I don't know if there's something tied to him for this box or something that has his things in this box, but it's showing me an emotional portion of when he passed, and then there's just being like this box or this like container that has some stuff from him. Would you make sense of any of this before I continue?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. He's making note of this box because I feel as though he was such an emotional person. Was he the type of person that like when he cried, it would make other people cry because it was like, wow, he's showing his emotion. Like he didn't do it very often. But I feel as though he's showing like, it's almost as if like he was kind of ignorant in a sense to where like he didn't really truly realize like how much people loved him, only because that's just him in general. He was very, it almost feels as though he's very, what's the word for it? Not, like the opposite of like conceited. Like he just very generic, and I feel as though seeing the love that you guys had for him, it really pulled his heartstrings. I also feel as though after his passing, did some people like kind of come together that were kind of apart for some period of time?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Because it's almost as if like his passing also like reunited people or brought people together that was, separate and was like had some big gap between them. And it was just like his passing actually came out with something positive at least.
100%. He had 2 boys before he was with my mom. So I'm the youngest and only girl. Mm-hmm. And especially my one brother, we were not close. We weren't talking at all. And the day my dad passed, we were all at their house together. And since then, we've all gotten close again, done like sibling chats and everything.
That's amazing. He is acknowledging that. He absolutely loves it. It floors him. It's kind of like, and I feel as though he was kind of a joking type of person. I feel as though he had a little bit of dark humor in him. And it's kind of like, he's like, well, at least something came out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel as though he was a person that, even though something bothered him, he wasn't always verbal about it. He didn't always speak up about what bothered him, but I feel like it really did bother him when he was here, when he was still living. So that was something that like kind of also took a weight off his shoulders as well. It's kind of like he orchestrated that. It was kind of like, I don't know, he's making a joke about like, okay, if I'm going to pass here, like this has to happen. It was just like, Okay, boom.
That's just like him. And the box you were talking about,
Mhm,
my brother bought him a box with like deer engraved in it for last
mhm.
Christmas. And after he passed, we saw he kept like a card for that my brother made him and that I did, and his ashes are actually in that box now.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And it's funny how like they'll bring things in the same order. So they bring up the box and then he starts talking about the brother and all
Hmm.
that thing. And it's just like he's basically telling me a story and I'm just trying to like learn through it. Um Now it's so what would the number 7 be? This number 7 could be the 7th of the month or the month of July.
My birthday's in July.
Okay. So your birthday's coming up. Is it a big birthday?
Uh, Not really. 33.
Okay. Because
It'll
it's
be
weird
my
like it would just be
first.
normal. It's just not normal for them to bring up. Did he make big deals out of birthdays?
Well, it'll be my first birthday without him.
Without him, okay, that's probably what
Yeah.
it is. Because they don't usually, if they bring up dates, it's usually if they're passing or anniversaries or something. They don't usually bring up the sitter's birthday, but that's probably what it is. Um, did he? I don't know why, but I don't know. Did he enjoy the water? He's showing me like a boat. I don't know if it's almost like there's a sense of peace when it comes to a boat. So I don't know if it's something he always wanted to do or he did often do, but he's showing me like a boat on the water.
You're fantastic, I must say. um,
Why?
we do a family vacation like every July, and last July I booked a boat and we go to Ocean City, Maryland. And that was his first. He absolutely loved it. And the day he passed, I booked our family vacation like within a couple hours of his passing. Mom, you're right there. Mommy, it's me. That's my mom, Joanna.
Joanna, oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry for your loss, Joanna.
But we were on a boat and he absolutely loved it. He just laid back and enjoyed it. I've never
Aw.
seen my mom on a thing like this with me. This is so weird.
Well, and it was meant to be. It was meant to be that, and this is why I do what I do with the spirit led. It's not spirit led. It's spirit. I always say it's spirit's choice, and most times it's because they'll orchestrate something like this.
This is amazing, honestly.
No, you're absolutely welcome. I mean, again, they're orchestrated this, so you were meant to get this reading. This has been a planned thing. Like you were going to come across my live to get this reading. Okay. Now, I don't know why. I don't. He's also. Is there some questions behind religion for some reason? He keeps showing me like a cross, but then he's showing me the feeling of like maybe once believing, maybe losing that belief, like a big question mark.
That
Did he
would be
struggle with faith?
that would be more directed towards what's happening with my mom right now.
Okay.
And this was actually pointed out in another reading that she had, that she's been questioning her faith since his passing.
Okay. Um, okay, he's being a little random, or it's so random it's specific. So I don't know. This might be more leaning towards mom. He might be bringing mom forward since we're talking about mom here. And this is very far fetched. If it's not there, don't fit it in if it doesn't need to be. But he showed me a turtle. Would there be a turtle significance? Like it looks like a sea turtle, so I don't know if it's something like sea related.
Turtle, like I could make that fit, but it wasn't anything recently relevant. Like my son's father had a pet turtle, but I don't talk to him anymore.
No, I don't know. It feels almost as if it was like an activity or like event or going to see the turtles or something, but it feels as though this is tied to mom. So I don't know if mom had like an instance with him, like whether they went somewhere to see a turtle or they saw a turtle or something, but it feels like a memory. Keep it, and even if mom doesn't hear us, I'll keep it to the side anyway. It is very random. It kind of feels as though like it's too good of a sea turtle to be a sea turtle, so I don't even know if it's maybe a decal or something on a shirt or something. But again, I don't want to read too much into it since you're not connecting to it immediately. A lot of times when this happens, you might think of it later, so I will write it down. She says
we went to the New Jersey Aquarium before and they were there.
Okay. If you could think more so of something, I have it in the bottom corner and I have it circled. Let me know if you figure it out. Again, I don't want to read too much into it. A lot of times if they start bringing up some random things, it also means that their energy is pulling. So I'm going to see if I can get a message from him before he completely goes away.
Okay.
He's talking about you now. I feel as though you're having a lot of balancing issues. I feel as though there's a lot of things that you're struggling with managing time or balance. I feel as though there's a lot of things you feel like you're handling alone. And it's almost as if like you don't know where to put more of your time or energy at, if that makes sense. It's like, do I put more time and energy to this that's going on? Or do I put more in time and energy to this? I feel as though you feel like you're managing different households. I don't know if you, it's almost as if it's like you got your own life, but then it's like you're also helping other people in their lives. And I feel as though it's just like a lot on your shoulders. Did you ever see the new movie, what's it called? Encanto, the Disney movie?
No, I've heard of it, but I can definitely understand what you're saying.
Because there's a song, and it's about an older sibling, but I know that's not directed towards you, but it just, the song with the words is kind of like what he's making me feel. Again, I know he's never seen the movie, but they'll make me hear songs and like movies that like I can relate to know what is going on. And it's a song to where it's the older sibling, and she's just saying she feels like a lot of weight on her shoulders. It's like everyone's going to expect me to always do it, so then I'm always going to do it whether I want to or not. There's a deep sense of guilt if you ever say no to people. It's just like there's so many things that are getting tackled on, and you just keep saying, okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. And it's just like you're getting lower and lower and lower. And then it's just like, what more can you do?
100%. Yeah.
Okay. And I feel as though he's talking about how, you know, you're not asked to do this. You know, it's not expected of you, but you feel as though it's expected of you anyway. You're a people pleaser, which isn't a negative thing. I know some people will make it a negative thing. It is not a negative thing, but it's almost as if you have to also remember yourself at the end of the day. You can sit there and take care of all these different people. You can, you know, deal with all these struggles, but don't remember what struggles you need to focus on. You need to focus on your own mental health, your physical health. You need to focus on your career. You need to focus on what you want to do. I feel as though you have started to take a step back on the things that you want or the things you like to do on the daily, just so that you can make room for everyone else. And you're not expected to do that. You don't have to do that. It's okay to help people and want to be involved and want to, you know, help manage things for other people, but don't completely dive yourself into those things and then leave yourself behind, if that makes sense.
100%.
And he knows that, you know, that he would be telling you this while he was here as well.
Yeah.
Because it feels as though this isn't the first time that you have allowed this to happen.
Yeah. I've been told that multiple times.
And he's like shaking his head. I don't know if he used to put his hand on his leg like this.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's just sitting there and he's shaking his head and he's sitting there and he's like, I had my spot in my house. He said, I sit in my spot. He said he's got his table or something to the side. He has all this stuff. He has this area. He's like, no one dare sits in my spot. He's sitting there. He's having this talk with you. And he's like, this is not the first time we've had this talk.
Yeah. He had his chair he sat in and he had his table right there, 100%.
Yep. And he's doing exactly what he would do if he was here in the physical world. And he's like, you already know my answer. It's almost as if like he could look at you and you already knew what he was saying most of the time. And he's like, you already know what I'm going to tell you. He's like, I love you. And I don't know if you have some type of guilt for not being able to say goodbye because you didn't know what was happening. And he talks about how he knows anyway. He know that he knows, and you know how much you guys loved each other. You didn't have to always say it. And I feel as though it wasn't something you always said anyway. It was something that was strictly known, not physically said. And that was just the both of you and how you guys were. And he says not to worry about that. Don't worry about how much, you wanted to tell him all the things. Everything that you tell him, everything you still talk to him about today, everything that you said when he passed, he hears all of it. He knows everything that's going on. And just because you didn't know and weren't able to say goodbye like any person would want to say and say all their last words, like he knows it all. He even knows the things that you didn't want to tell him, and anything that you have kept from him, he knows about him now.
Oh God, that's 100%. Though I got there right after he passed.
Yes, and 100%, he is there, and he's always going to be there. I also feel as though he's talking about how he has lately. So I don't know if there's something lately going on in your house that he's messing with. It's him.
Yeah.
It's him. And you already kind of had an inkling that it was him, but it's definitely him. Mm-hmm. So I hope that resonated with you.
Yes, that was amazing.
Of course. I'm going to make sure you follow me just so I can send this to you, just in case your account is private. I'm going to send you a picture of this. Message me if you find out what the turtle thing was. That was the one thing we really couldn't pinpoint. Okay. It could be the aquarium thing, but they don't normally just say some random things like that. So let me know if you figure it out. And I'm going to send his love and light to you. Thank you so much. I know how vulnerable it is to have a reading done with many people watching. So I truly thank you for allowing me and trusting me to speak with your dad today, okay?
Thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of it.
You're welcome. And you too, Joanna. I'm really sorry for your loss, and I'm happy you got to watch this too. I will upload this onto my YT page, everyone. All of my readings on live go on my YT page. Your name or anything won't be on there, but you can always go back and watch it if you need to watch it again or show anyone or whatever you want to do with it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great night. All right, guys. And thank you everyone else who are still around and watching. Need him to come through. Oh, he's around, Joanna. He is. And he hears everything that you guys say. I feel as though some people, when they're seeking messages with their loved ones, I feel as though they become so tunnel visioned on what they want their loved one to say or how they want them to come about. But it feels as though our loved ones aren't as direct in that way, to where they will come around and show themselves to you, and they will comfort you in ways that they can. And you might just be so tunnel visioned thinking what you want. Like you'd be like, okay, show me this if you're coming through. And it's like you could be so tunnel vision on what you think is going to be him coming through to you. You're missing everything else, all the signs that he's given you. So just keep an open mind about that. You coming on to live while your daughter also happened to cross my live at the same time as you guys get a reading from your husband was no coincidence. That was orchestrated. That was him. He's like, listen, woman, what more do you want from me? I orchestrated this today. So, you guys feel free to message me if you guys ever need to. But I am going to send his love and light to you real quick. I'm going to take a couple minutes break, and then we will see if we can read for someone else as well. Okay. So I'm going to take like 2 minutes just to make sure that the previous spirit is definitely gone, and just get the energy levels back up. So you guys go ahead and send some questions, whatever it is, try to get the energy up in here. The higher the energy, the better that the connection is. Maybe some questions that you guys were asking me during the reading, but again, I focus all my attention on the loved ones I'm speaking to. And then in 2 minutes, I'll ask you guys to send your relationship with the person that you're with. You are amazing, my little mod Steph. Do you know how amazing you are? How soon after someone passes can you channel them? So it kind of depends on the spirit. And it also depends on your grief level. Oh, thanks for the glasses. Thank you so much. It also depends on their level and your grief level. A lot of times spirits will not come through because they know you're not ready to hear that information. But I say that all spirits can kind of come through whenever. It's all on the vibes between the medium and the loved one. You may have a different vibrational level with the loved one, so you might not get as strong as a reading with someone who just passed, or maybe their energy is super high because maybe they were really sick and now they're on the other side and they're like super happy and they have full vibrant energy and they were very vibrant when they were here. It all kind of depends, but if you're hearing mediums tell you that you can't connect with certain loved ones, I don't truly believe that that's the truth. I feel as though you can still connect with everyone in some sort of way. What else? Okay. These comments. How did you realize you could connect? So I've always been spiritually connected. I do have 2 videos, a part 1 and 2 on my profile that kind of explain my entire journey. But journey short, I was kind of always spiritually connected and was drawn to this kind of stuff. And then I went to a medium before and they kind of told me that I would be able to do this one day if I wanted to. But obviously out of fear, I was like, no, absolutely not. My son was born and I also moved into a new house. And after he was born, I started seeing the spirits in my home. And I thought, oh no, I moved into a haunted house. This is awful. I went to someone to cleanse my home. And then that's when they realized that it wasn't my home, it was me. And that my spiritual awakening happened, which usually happens when there's some major shift in your life, like moving and having a new baby. It was just like, okay, go time. I tried to stuff it away. I said, I don't want to do this right now. I have a newborn. I don't need to be bringing anything near him. I don't want to bring anything negative, that kind of thing. Started doing research about it to try and shut it off because it was not shutting off. And I ended up learning how to protect myself, learning how to turn it on and off. And then that's when, things kind of amped up a little bit. So then I decided this was something that maybe I didn't see myself doing, but maybe it's the universe that wants me to do this. So as long as I learn to protect myself, protect my family, my home, learn how to turn it on and off so I'm not draining my energy, and let's just see where it goes. And here I am. And that is a long story short. What happens if you lost a lot of people? How do they come through together? So that's why, for me personally, I always ask someone what relationship of one person that they want to come through. Doesn't mean that other family members won't come through. A lot of family members will actually come together because they're linked on the other side together. But usually a starting point would be the one person you really want to connect with. And I'll say, okay, who do you want to connect with? And you say dad. Then we'll bring dad forward. And then everyone else can kind of slowly pile in. Or they may not slowly pile in. It's all depends on how the reading kind of goes. Again, they orchestrated on the other side. So if they feel like you need to hear from everyone will normally kind of show themselves a little bit. If not, then maybe you'll just hear from one. Let's see. You're welcome, Courtney. Absolutely, Jenny. All right, guys. Oh, I was just a cowboy. That was kind of cool. Thank you so much. I still don't know how this kind of stuff works. But thank you for the, what would you guys call those? The filters. I love that mine says that. I can feel their presence. Yes, absolutely. You can always feel them. They're always around us, guys. All right, guys. So it is 7:04. We are going to connect with someone else. If you would like a reading, make sure to follow me just in case you do get chosen. And I always make notes during all of my readings and I send them to you afterwards. And I'm noticing that if some people are private, it doesn't allow me to send anything. And then just comment the relationship of the person that you want to connect with. Don't put any other details in the chat. Don't put names. Don't tell me where you're from. Don't tell me anything except for one relationship of one person that you want to start your connection with. Doesn't mean that more people can't come through. It's just kind of like a starting point. Whoever spirit draws me towards is who's meant to get the reading. Okay. All right, let's get the vibes nice and high, nice positive energy. Do my cleansing spray. Okay. Today is 28. Okay. All right, just between two, guys. Just between two. Keep commenting as long as the platform allows you to without saying the platform's name. Okay, what is the name? I keep missing the name. Jenny, 2024. And you want to connect with mom. I guess it's a parents' night, guys. Feels like that's what I've been getting lately. It's just like parents and grandparents lately. Jenny, are you okay if I pull you up here? Or did you need to stay in the chat? Okay, cool. Let's see if I can pull you up. I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to because there's a lot of... Oh, I can. Okay. I just sent you a thing. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Can you hear me?
Hey, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Awesome. All right. Have you ever had a reading done before?
No, this would be my first.
No, really? Okay. All right. No pressure. No pressure. All that I will ask from you is just to keep an open mind. Let me know of the things that I'm saying. If it connects with you, don't give me any additional details, only because it might be something that mom might bring up a little later and she would want that validated with you. What else for a newcomer? Make sure that if there's, so they can almost bring up anything. Let's just say I bring up the name, a certain name, and you think, oh no, my mom didn't know anyone that name. But it's actually your next door neighbor you just had a conversation with, because I say, okay, this person is having a conversation. They know what you have going on now. So don't think that everything that I say is only going to pertain to your loved one. It'll pertain to your life. It'll pertain to things you got going on. Even after they pass, they know what's going on currently, so they can still bring up current events, if that makes sense as well. Okay? So I am going to jot down some information, try to get your mom to come through, and then I will kind of come back and we'll see if we are connected with her, okay?
Okay.
Oh, are you already getting upset? Don't get upset, honey, okay? I know easier said than done, but clearly she wanted you to kind of get this reading. And again, I'm going to try and connect with her now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Jenny's... Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. So I do have some things coming through. I do have a female here. I do feel as though she passed before her time was up as well. I don't feel as though she's super on the older side. Um, I do feel as though it wasn't. I don't feel like her passing could be like a complete shock in a certain sense, but I do feel as though it was unexpected. Um, she really showed me a lot of head pressure as well. I don't know if this is linked to how she passed, but she did show me some head pressure. She showed me some other medical things as well. She was showing me a really tight and dry feeling in the throat as well. She was kind of showing me that she had maybe even some pain in her hands and joints sometimes, more specifically like her hands. Um, she also was showing me that some like pain in the abdomen. So I don't know if she had like GI issues as well, or just in general, like just had issues. She also was showing me towards her teeth too. Like she may have had some problems with her teeth, or someone close to her has problems with the teeth. It could be even you. She showed me that she had I don't know, there's something about her laugh. Either it's like a raspy laugh or like a cough laugh, but it feels as though it was like a really loud, like kind of obnoxious laugh that someone would have with like their mouth wide open and all. Um she also showed me she was making me feel like smell smoke. Sometimes that could be either the loved one or the sitter was smoking. And then the last thing she was kind of bringing up was like a kind of like the feeling of a mother-daughter dynamic, how there were like some fights. I feel as though she also feels as though she may have been controlling in a sense, and kind of controlling in a sense to where it's like she wanted to kind of tell you what you like, kind of like had like this image of like what she wanted her daughter to do, and it was just like if you did anything outside of what she accepted, like then it was just like a fight. Would any of this make sense for mom?
Yeah, some of it does.
Okay, can you let me know what makes sense, what you can take?
I do have problems with my teeth. My mom was very controlling
Okay.
as a kid for me.
Yeah.
She was a smoker.
Okay.
The thing with the throat and the raspiness, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So the only things you couldn't take were mostly maybe the GI and the head pressure.
Right.
Okay.
As I don't remember anything like that.
Okay. We'll
My
stick back with
dad,
those ones. Go ahead.
my dad did have problems with his stomach.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'll keep that on the back burner, those two things, but you could take everything else. So I will continue and we will make sure we're still with mom here. I do feel as though we are, especially with the things that you were able to take. So I feel as though she talks about like your relationship kind of being up and down sometimes. I feel as though it's like when you guys were good, you were good. If you were bad, you were bad. Would this make sense? Okay. I feel as though this has a lot to do with mom, though. I feel as though she's kind of, I don't think she's like bipolar in a sense, but I feel as though like depended on her mood, kind of depended on how the day was going to go.
Yeah.
And you didn't really know exactly what you were going to wake up with until you woke up and kind of saw the vibes.
That is true.
I feel as though she kept a lot bottled up until she would like explode. So it was just like she would take things, and then she would explode. But I feel as though a lot of the things that she's exploded on is not even you. I feel as though it's a lot of other things, and she kind of used you as like a buffer kind of, and just kind of would blow up, and it was just like reactive at that point.
Yes, definitely.
Now, where does the number 5 come in? She's showing the number 5. This could be the 5th of a month, the month of May, or this could be children. May. Okay.
May, yeah.
Okay. Now she's showing me a medical sign. So was she hospitalized?
Yes.
Okay. I do feel as though she's talking about like things were kind of quick when they were going. Towards the end, things got really quick, and then it's just kind of like she's showing me like a slippery slope. So I feel as though things were kind of rocky there, and then she shows me like a downfall, like hill, and it was just like she kind of just went straight down. It was like everything from that moment forward. Once things started falling apart, it was quick. It almost feels as though reaction way. It was kind of like you were still trying to wrap your head around what was happening, and then it was just like when it happened, it was just like, are you sure? Like it was like that mindset. It was like, really? Like it's like you were still trying to catch up with what was happening, that when it did happen, it was almost like a denial immediately.
Yes. Almost definitely.
I feel like she was also very in denial about her health as well. But this makes sense for her?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel as though she was also a type of person who didn't really like to own up to her age. She may have even lied about her age or like pretended like, oh no, I'm still 20. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, she definitely acted like that.
And honestly, she would even be like hella pissed if you actually announced her true age.
Oh yeah.
And okay. Was she also like, she's kind of showing me like there was times where like she was always up and busy and doing something and like always having to do or something, and then it was like then there was just days to where she was just laying around doing absolutely nothing. It was like hot and cold. Like there was a lot of things about her that were either 0 or 100. There was never in between with her.
Yeah, that's
Either she would sit there and lay in bed and be like a lazy couch potato all day, and like that was just the kind of day she was having, or she was always busy on her feet doing something, keeping herself busy, but no in between.
Yeah, definitely.
Did someone joke around and like kind of like fake diagnose her with like something like ADHD or something? And like just talks and like funniness around it, but like she was never actually diagnosed, but it's just like thinking back on it, it was like, wow, you might have had a little bit of there. Just like with the kind of 0 to 100. Yeah. I think she in fact did personally, but I'm not a therapist here, so I'm not gonna diagnose.
That was way before ADHD and everything came out. Yeah, one of my relatives in Tennessee had said something.
Oh yeah, and she's talking about it. Okay. Was she always so? All right, I don't know. She showed me different symbols. So I'm gonna guess what the symbols are. But then if you can't get what I said, then I'll tell you what the symbols were, if that makes sense. That's kind
Okay.
of what my whole readings are. It's usually I guess what they're trying to tell me, and then if it's not right, then I explain what I received, and we see what they're talking about. So was she always constantly changing things? Like even maybe changing her house or changing like her room or changing her like style?
Yes. Oh
Okay,
my
because
God. Yes.
she's like showing me like random stuff. She was showing me like paint rollers. She's showing me like moving things around. She's showing me like just like looking at things and being inspired by it, and then just like changing everything. And it was just like you never really knew what you were gonna get. Like maybe even changing hair, if that makes sense, because she's pointing towards her hair too. I feel as though she was a big thing about hair.
Oh
Um,
yeah. My mama was big about her hair, and
she really cared about what she looked like.
yeah, she did. She did.
But again, there was a second side of her too, where she cared about what she looked like, but she didn't mind having to go out if she had to with nothing. Like she can drop in a hat, especially if someone needed something. She would drop in a hat, throw on like 2 different pair of shoes, and like leave the house if she had to. But she really did care about what she looked like, in
Yeah.
the sense of like taking care of herself, looking good. And again, that has everything to do with her really being in denial of getting older as well, and having that like young mindset.
I think I get that from her.
Now, would she also care more about what you looked like than you looked like yourself as well? Because it's almost as if like she could be someone's biggest critic and be like, your hair, you should do this with your hair. You should wear this. You should do this. You should do that. And it's like, well, if I don't care what I look like, why do you care? And then she's like, because I have to be seen with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was definitely her. I mean, I've had people tell me stories that when I was a baby, she had me dress in all these dresses and whatnot. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
So she's also talking about this. I feel as though she fought a lot with you with your image. I feel as though, but she's talking about this. She's talking about like this would be the dynamic is that she really wanted the like whole like cute dress up like bows girl, like the whole girl vibe. And I feel as though you ended up being like tomboy.
yes, yes.
And she gets irritated. And I feel as though like I don't know, it kind of gives like she was like, oh, I finally can dress you up. And then it was just like, well, damn, she doesn't like that. And it was just like, she didn't really get that. And it's so weird because I feel as though she says that, well, damn, because I never say that.
Oh yeah. That's her.
Okay. So I know we brought up May, but would the 4th of a month or the month of April make sense as well? Because she's showing me a 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Any specific about the 4th?
I'm trying to see now exactly. It does feel like a sort of event. Super weird, but I don't know why. Would there be a reason she would be showing me like Jesus? I have no idea.
I was in church Sunday when they were presenting my niece.
Okay. And we are in April, so maybe that's what she's talking about. But I do feel as though I do feel a birthday in April though.
Mine today.
Your birthday's today?
Today.
Shut up. Shut up right now. Happy birthday! What a better freaking birthday gift that is.
Thank you. That's what I was hoping for.
Oh, she's amazing. Oh, I have full body chills. That is awesome. Wow. That is literally amazing. Oh, why does YouTube have ads? Wow, that is awesome. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm upset I'm making you cry on your birthday.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's happy.
It's happy tears. It's happy tears. I get it. It still feels weird talking to people and making them cry. Like you never get over it. And I'm such an empathetic person that like it makes me want to cry too. So it's just a bad combo. Just let me be.
Right.
So she's also has ties to butterflies. So I don't know if you have a butterfly symbol for her, but
Yes, I do.
okay, because
I
she is bringing
do.
up the butterflies.
Yes.
And I feel as though she sends butterflies to you too. And normally when they send butterflies, they come in pairs.
Girl. Oh, you are so on point.
Your mom is doing very well. She's doing all this. I'm just a messenger.
She's so on point with the butterflies.
Um,
That's my comfort.
Now, were you busy today? Like, I feel as though it's just like if you had to pick on what you do for your birthday, today wouldn't be really ideal. I feel as though you had a lot to do today.
Yeah.
Did you spend a lot of time in like the car? Like, she just showed me a car.
Yes, I did.
Okay. It's kind of like the day kind of got away. And I feel as though you're one that sits there and says, oh, I don't care about birthdays. But like, we all kind of care. Like, okay, maybe it's one day of us and we can do something we want. But I feel as though it's like, kind of like responsibilities. Like, you can't really do what you want. And it's just kind of the mindset. I feel as though with that though, she wants to tell you to make sure that you are making yourself a priority, especially when it comes to making yourself happy and doing things that you enjoy. I don't know if I feel as though it's either you're always scared to take off from work or your work makes you feel like you can't take off to just go and do random things. But I feel as though she's making it a point to maybe do stuff like that, like self-care days. But like self-care days doesn't mean you actually have to sit home and like do self-care. It just means like maybe a mental health day kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So is there a new member in the family?
Yes.
Okay. Is this person also named after someone in the family? Or has something specific with their name, like a reason behind it?
I really don't know.
Okay. So is there a grandfather on the other side for this family who just had a child?
Yes.
She's telling me that he sent the child to them. And did they have some type of struggle or something to have this child?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh yes.
He sent them their child. And I feel as though there was times to where, and I feel as though there's like a question as to why the timing happened. And I feel as though it's just like the timing wasn't right. The timing was right when they were able to send the child down. Because I always even say that a lot of times children, they are actually greeted with their family members on the other side and sent down. And it's kind of like they get to meet their family on the other side first. And then they kind of get hand delivered to like their parents. And their families here.
I kind of had a feeling about that, but I wasn't too sure, and that just confirmed it.
Yeah, he held her and all. And I feel as though he wasn't a very emotional man, except for things like that.
No,
And he was very proud to do that for them. And it was almost like he was waiting for it too. He was just like waiting for the moment he can do that for them. Okay. Okay. Trying to see if I can get any last messages from her. She's doing so well.
So on point.
So do you have some sort of so she showed me a heart and she showed me jewelry. Do you have something from her or something that you've kept from her of either a heart or jewelry or both?
Yes.
Okay. She's bringing that up.
Yes, I have a ring that belonged to her.
Okay. Because I feel as though you're kind of an avoider when it comes to emotions. And it's almost as if like there's some people that'll sit there and they'll think about the person and hold their stuff and all that because they want to feel those emotions. And it kind of feels as though for you, like you would be the type of person, or they're just showing me this, so I don't know if you've actually done this, to where like you avoid touching or going near certain things because you know it's going to bring up those emotions and it's like you don't want to go there kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and she's kind of making fun of you for this too, because I feel as though she really made fun of you when she was here. Um, and she's just like, I don't know. It's just like, she's like, what do you think it's gonna do? Make you blow up? Like, why can't you like just like, you know, like it's not like, why are you scared of this? And it's almost as if again you just know that like the thought of things kind of makes you fall apart, and it's just like you don't have time to be falling apart all the time, and it's just like I gotta stuff the feelings in when I can, and then when I feel them, I feel them, but for now I don't want to feel them just anytime. Like you have control yourself. I feel as though you got a little bit from mom, but like you're controlling is just kind of controlling yourself rather than
Right.
controlling another person. And I feel as though it really is kind of hardwired in you because of mom. And I feel as though things actually start going crazy in your life when you feel that lack of control, when you feel like you're losing control. And I feel as though you've gone through some like hard times as well. I don't know if I just feel like there's a loss with friends. So I don't know if
Yeah.
you've lost friends or if you've actually like physically lost friends who are on the other side, but I feel like this big loss with friends. Would that make sense for you as well?
Yes. A lot of
Okay.
sense.
Okay. And it just feels like things just keep happening over time. And it's just like you're in that like mindset right now to where you're always wondering when the other shoe's going to drop.
Definitely.
But I also feel as though she's kind of talking about like if you think and I feel as though this is something she would say when she was here. If you think negatively, then negative things are going to happen. If you put it into the universe, it's going to keep happening. You have to think positively. And I feel as though this is something that you struggle with. And I feel as though there's a little bit of an anxiety part of you that has like that anxiety person who's telling you all the negative things that could happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And she's was she that kind of person when she was here to try and get you to be on the positive side of things?
Yes, she was.
Okay. And she's just talking, she's like, you know what I would do? She's like, you know, I would beat it out of you. Like, it's almost as if like she wasn't a very big mothering person in the like soft setting. She was like a big mothering, caring person in like the more dominant setting. She wouldn't sit there and hold your hand and be that person to let you cry on her. But she would sit there and still support you and try to get you to be positive, whether it was joking around trying to get you to laugh, or it was just literally like berating you until you finally listened to what she was saying.
Yeah, that's her.
And then you would just forget what you were upset of in the first place, because now you're mad at her instead. And it's just like, but it worked. She's put her hands up. She's like, but it worked. And I feel as though this is something she would do too, because this is what she's showing me. She's like, but it worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's something about her cooking too that she's bringing up as well.
Bro, let's not go there with that.
Yeah, she's going there with her cooking, and it's almost as if she says like she's like, there's times where I wouldn't cook, but like when I cooked, it was cooking. Like it's just like it was good.
Oh, definitely. I learned how to make her gumbo.
Gumbo, never had it, but ever since watching what's that movie? Oh, I forget the movie I'm talking about, but it's on there and it always looks so good. I'm such a picky eater though, so I don't even know if I would like it. But I look at things and I'm like, oh, maybe I would. Now, did she also buy random crap? And it was just like, you would look at it and be like, why would you buy that?
Yeah.
And she showed me her house just full of all these things. And it's like, when you looked at something, you'd be like, why do you have that? And she would have this whole story as to why she got it, why it's not leaving, and why no one can touch it.
Yeah.
It would just be like some random things. So I don't know. Did she go to like flea markets and stuff and like bargain places, like thrifts or something like that?
Yeah, every time we would go on vacation over the summers.
And she's talking about like her knickknacks. Like she really just liked certain things, and she honestly couldn't really tell you a general reason why she liked it, but she would give you some answer that was just like, you gave me an answer, but I still don't know the answer. And it was just like she was really like she would spend her money. Yep. It's like, it's my money. I'll spend it however I want. My bills are paid, so don't come at me. No, she's a beautiful soul though. She's absolutely awesome.
My
Um,
mom is amazing. My mom was my queen.
yeah, and it just feels as though like over the years your relationship got better.
It
I don't think
did.
you really saw eye to eye growing up, but it was mostly because she just really, I just feel like she really tried so hard and didn't exactly know how to parent and just thought that molding someone meant controlling them and making sure that they turned out the way that they needed to turn out, but like not giving you room to kind of figure things out yourself.
Yeah.
And then it was just like having adult children for her. It was such a blessing in disguise because she was like, then I had this child and then they just became my best friend. And I just feel as though there was a lot, like, I feel as though she was even like outlandish with the things she would tell you. Like, she would start talking to you like you were her best friend. You'd be like, well, mom, remember, I'm still your daughter too. Like, I don't need to hear all this.
Yeah.
Like, she had no filter whatsoever.
No, she
Um,
didn't. She didn't at all.
and is there something around like Texas?
Texas.
Like some
Yeah.
state around Texas or something to do with Texas that she would be showing me?
My mom was from Texas. We used to go to Texas when I was a kid.
Okay. Listen, I tried drawing Texas. Don't come at me for it because it looks nothing like Texas.
No, you good, because I can't draw Texas either. Don't feel bad.
I just wrote the word Texas over top, so don't come at me for it. You guys know I do my doodles. I never said I was an artist. I never claimed to be. And she shows such a love for this. So like, I feel as though if you don't already, there's going to be an opportunity for you to go to Texas, or there's been thought behind going to Texas. And I feel as though she's telling you to go for it.
Yes, I've been thinking about going to Texas.
And she's saying to go for it. And I feel as though, again, this ties into like you taking time for yourself. Remember, life is crazy. Life is expensive. Life is busy, but don't forget to live it, if that makes sense. And I know that everyone's struggling, especially in today's day and age. But I do feel as though she says you still have to enjoy it too, especially since you're young. Like she's like, you are young. Go ahead and do this. Do it for you. She says you never want to live life and realize all the things you could have done and think back like, wow, when I had the time, like before kids, before, really big responsibilities where I'm really stuck and can't do anything, I should have done this. And listen, I feel that too because I am a mom and I'm like, damn, I didn't use my time wisely before becoming a mom. I love being a mother. I really do. But I'm like, dang, like I really had free time and I didn't know what to do with it.
I want to take my kids and see all the stuff that she's
100%. And I feel as though this is the time for you because I feel as though they're getting older. Yeah, and there's just like this big thing around Texas. I feel as though there's a couple of places you want to go. Is there some place in Europe too? Hold on, let me see if she'll show me this too. Is there like this one, like for some reason, like a want or need to like go somewhere around like the UK?
The UK?
I don't know like my demographics good at all. But she's showing me like UK or around UK.
I don't know. I've always wanted to go to the Eiffel Tower.
I don't know I don't think that's near.
I don't know.
I'll write it down. You might think of it. I don't know. I feel like there was just like something, either a video you saw or like a band or something that like is tied to this or something. And then it's just like you always wanted to like, I don't know. There's just something with it. I wrote it down at the top.
Maybe my daughter.
Maybe.
Maybe my daughter.
Maybe. Let me know and message me if you figure that one out. But no, she is such a light and she's funny. She's very, very funny. And I think her not having a filter really works out in her favor too because it makes her funnier.
She was a practical joker.
And it feels as though she can be embarrassing in public though because of her filter.
Yeah, sometimes.
Because she wasn't really afraid to say things and she was kind of very protective in that sense. I feel as though she wouldn't be afraid to sit there and like call someone out or like yell at someone if she felt like her or her family were like threatened or something. Like she would be the kind of person that you would call if there was an issue and she would take care of it.
She wasn't scared to tell people how she felt and what she thought. That's for
But was
sure.
she tiny, like height wise? Was she tiny?
Yeah, she was shorter than me.
Yeah, because she's talking about, she's like, I might be tiny, but I'm still mighty. Like, it's just like that. Like, she was just like, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me with my height. Which I feel
Oh,
because I'm pretty on the short side
and
too.
my dad did. My dad did. My dad joked about her.
Yeah, she's like saying like Mighty Mouse. She's like I might be tall. Don't underestimate me. Is like what she's saying. Don't underestimate what I can do. She's literally telling me like she's like if I have to crawl under people's legs, I'll do that. Like I'll do whatever. I'll knock them down to my level, and we will solve
Uh-huh.
this. But she's absolutely so funny. She is a firecracker. She's a pistol. She's all the things.
Definitely. That was her.
But I do feel as though she really wasn't herself in the end. And I feel as though this is a really rough image for you as well. And it's something that's kind of embedded in your mind. And she says, don't think of me that way. She's like, you need to think of me of all the other good times. She's like, don't let that be the last memory for you. Cause that's not how you're supposed to see her. And it makes your stomach turn. And she's like, just don't do that to yourself. Think of me how I was. Like that wasn't truly me, you know? She loves you wholeheartedly. She really does. And you have siblings too. Do you have brothers?
I do.
Okay, because she's talking about them too. Do they like mess with you, or like would there a reason why she's like yelling at them? Because she's giving me the mindset like they're her baby boys. And she may baby at least one of them is like a really like big mama's boy, like emotional on that end. But I feel as though they kind of mess with you and they kind of, you know, take over like the whole like you being the girl and them. But I feel as though she's like, you can hold your own though.
Most definitely.
She's like, she can hold her own. They know not to mess with her, even though they try.
Uh-huh.
But I feel as though the biggest thing for you is your mouth, she says. She's like, your mouth. She's like, your mouth can get you into trouble, but it's also a good defense. And you're quick to say things too. I feel like you're quick and witty. And I feel as though growing up with brothers has taught that about you. And it's just like, if someone messes with you, it's like, listen, I got brothers. Like, I've got brothers. You don't understand. Like, I've got brothers. I know how to hold my own.
Yeah.
Like, you're quick with the responses. But she's absolutely awesome. I do feel as though, again, she really is emphasizing the taking time for yourself. I feel as though she's emphasizing also, not surrounding yourself with the toxic people. I feel as though there's like a time in your life right now where you're starting to see the people who you want to keep in your life and the people to where you feel as though, are they doing good for me? Are they bringing me down? Are they worth it? Like, do they support me in the same way that I do? Are they a little more toxic? Are they true? Like, are they true friends? And I feel as though she's talking about like, you need to trust your gut with that stuff and you know to trust your gut. And I feel as though this is people that she would tell you if she was here that she didn't like them. Because I feel as though she knew that about people. She knew the vibes about people and she wouldn't want you surrounding yourself with them either. She doesn't want them to pull you down a path that is not the path you were meant to be on. I feel as though right now is the time to be on a very successful path. Now is the time to have some real growth going on in your life. And if you keep the people around you that you have, that you've been questioning whether you should keep around, trust that gut and steer away from it. Steer away from it and continue on the path you're supposed to be on. Start living life the way that you need to live. Go ahead and start doing things that are like fun, get out of this pattern. I feel as though you're kind of stuck in a moment of life to where like the same things are happening the same every day. It's just like you wake up, do all the same things, go to bed, and then the next day you do the same thing. You're like kind of stuck in a rut. And I feel as though she's talking about you need to branch out and start doing things for yourself. Come up with some, hobbies or like go on trips. She's like, you don't even have to spend money doing any of this kind of stuff. You can just go and do things just to do things. Start like a new thing. This is the time right now to focus on you, your family, growth, and again, cutting out all the toxic stuff out of your life. And I hope that makes sense for you.
Part of the reason why I joined the fire department.
Exactly. And you need to do things that you want to do and just take that leap. Don't sit there and think about things or be like, should I do it? Should I not? Just do it. What's it going to hurt? You'll never know unless you try. And she's really, reiterating about that. And I feel as though, I feel as though you know she's been sending you signs a lot more recently. And again, there's a reason why you come across the live to get a reading. And it's one, your birthday, happy birthday. And two, has everything to do with like, this is what she's been trying to tell you. And I feel as though you've been asking for signs for her, but you're not sure about this stuff. Didn't know if you truly believed this kind of stuff. Well, here you go. She said, I handed it to you on a silver platter. Do with it what you will. Oh.
Oh my God.
But I am going to send her love and light to you because I do feel as though she's pulling away and I don't want her to come up with any nonsense. But I'm going to send her love and light to you. Thank you so much. I know how vulnerable it can be to get a reading with like all these other people watching. Again, all of my videos on live will always be on my YT page. So you can always go back to it, and watch it. I will send you a picture. No, you're welcome. Again, your mom did all the work. She deserves all the credit. She was absolutely amazing. She's so fun, feisty. I'd want her in my corner, to be honest. She sounds pretty cool. I will send you a picture of the notes. Don't mind my picture of Texas, okay? Don't show anybody. It's embarrassing. But I will send that to you. So make sure you follow me so that I can message you just in case. If you don't get a message from me by tomorrow, because some people have it, I don't know, different areas are allowed to say no messages from anyone. So if you don't hear from me by tomorrow, then message me first and then I'll be able to send it to you. All right. All right. I hope you have a good night and happy birthday again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for sending all the love, the likes, the follows. I really appreciate all of it. And again, if you guys were sending me messages or questions or anything that I couldn't answer, again, out of respect of my sitter and their loved one, I give all my attention to them. Go ahead and message me if you have anything that really needs to be known. I do have private readings that I do on the weekends. So again, you can message me about that. You can also send me email. It's in my bio. I'm apparently not allowed to say that word on here. So if you need to, or if any of one of you can comment it so other people can kind of copy and paste it if they need it as well. All of my videos from lives are on my YT page. I do not upload my private readings. Again, out of respect of, my, sitters. I take private readings really seriously and I don't want to just go ahead and put that out there. So you guys can watch those if you want to. Yeah. Could someone comment, again, I try to watch what I say because there's some things that will flag my account if I say certain things. But I do appreciate everyone else on here. It's the same. I have the same handle for everything. So my handle is Spirits with Sky with 2 Y's. That's for everything. My email, YT page, everything is all the same. Yes, Steph has it. I'm going to pin that if I can. I'm so not good with this stuff, guys. I swear. Let me see if I can pin this. It doesn't let me pin. Or I just stink. I guess I stink. But, hi, Emerald City. Oh, are you a medium as well? Listen, I love meeting other mediums as well. So I love doing swaps and all the things. I feel like I've seen you before. I feel like I remember the name Emerald City. Do you follow, Danielle or, Sabrina? Because sometimes I'm on their lives too. That might be where I've seen you before. Hi, Ashley. I hope you're having a great day as well. How did I know you can connect? Well, I do have 2 videos I did upload on my page that kind of explain my journey. I come on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Christy. Oh, okay, cool. Might be. I don't know. The Emerald City thing is very, it's very familiar. But welcome. To answer your guys' questions, how did I know? I didn't know. To be honest, I just kind of, had other people telling me that I could. And then I had my spiritual awakening when my son was born. and I was also moving. I thought my house was haunted because I moved into a new house and I was seeing spirits right after my son was born, which is pretty scary when you have a newborn. I was basically living in a living room because who doesn't live on the couch when they first have a baby? Me. And I was like, oh my gosh, my house is haunted. And I had always been connected spiritually. I've seen ghosts as a kid growing up. It kind of stopped for a while. Then I met my husband and moved into his house. And then I was dealing with a couple spirits in his house as well. And then that died down. And then I moved into this house with my husband when we got a house together and we had our baby. And then it kind of started happening again. And I found out my house wasn't haunted. It was just me. My husband's house wasn't haunted. It was just me. And it's just like everywhere I was going, I was just having spirits around me, and I just kept blaming it on the places that I was being. And I used someone who was going to try and cleanse my home in case it was haunted. And then she's like, girl, it wasn't the house, it's you. And then she tried to teach me how to like turn it off, just made things worse. And eventually, you know, I kind of out of fear tried to push it away because I was afraid that I was going to bring something negative into my home around my newborn. I was like, I don't want to bring anything negative around here. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to turn it off. And I learned how to protect myself, turn it on and off. And then eventually it was just kind of just kept happening. I was like, all right, well, I may not want this or I might have fear out of this, but if this is something the universe wants me to do, I guess I have to at least figure out what it is that they're trying to tell me. But no, I appreciate you guys so much. I do have a feedback post pinned on my profile if you guys want to leave any feedback. I do message that when I do message you guys with your notes anyway. The call-in, yeah, it was a call-in, and I kept pushing it away, and then they were just like, they kept shoving it back even harder. And in hindsight, I'm very grateful for it because it is something that I do truly enjoy. I feel as though no one's life kind of goes the way that they thought. It's weird because I was always into like watching mediums and like how they work. And I always thought it was so fascinating. And I always wanted to get readings done for my family members and such. And, I guess in hindsight, they do kind of give you hints along the way of like how your life is going to go. But I totally, if you told me like even a year or probably like 2 or 3 years ago that this is what was going to happen, I would have told you were full of it, to be honest. And I'm just now trying to gain the confidence that like, okay, Sky, like you are doing this. Like I still feel like I have imposter syndrome sometimes. And I'm like, no, I don't know if I really can do this. Like maybe I'm just making this up and people are like, how could you be making this up? But I'm still trying to get the confidence of that kind of stuff. But we are coming up. I'm pretty sure it's been, April. Yeah. So it's been pretty much a year since I've been on here at least. But I started doing this because I don't have a lot of time being a full-time, have a full-time job, mom of a 2-year-old. It was hard to find times to like, you know, on these groups I was on, like scheduling people to like practice with. So I was like, the easiest thing for me would just be to hop on TikTok live and see if anyone's on there that wants a reading. And I don't let, you know, not that I don't let, but I don't like people in my personal life kind of know what I've got going on. I don't know how my job would feel about that. So like, I don't broadcast it in my area. I do have people who end up finding me and, they do come to my house sometimes to do readings. And I do love my in-house, readings. I feel as though the vibes are a lot stronger. I have another one coming up. I think it's end of May or early June. Someone's coming, a friend of a friend, but yeah, go ahead guys. Send me a message if you guys have any other questions. Thank you. Everyone applaud and send hearts to Steph because she is absolutely a godsend of a mod. She is amazing. I'm so grateful to have met her. And I wish I could do something to like show her my appreciation. I do appreciate it. And yeah, guys, so email me, send me a message if you need to, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, okay? All right, have a good night, everyone. And I will be back on Thursday.